Ever heard of the lost city of Dwarka? Legend says it vanished beneath the waves centuries ago.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, and while we might not find a mythical metropolis in this deep dive, we're definitely charting a course into the world of hydrographic surveying, the science of mapping the ocean floor and basically everything below the water surface.
It's an incredible field.
We've got our echo sounders prepped and a stack of charts to navigate, all as we explore what it takes to be a hydrographic surveying technician.
It really is where ancient myths meet cutting-edge technology. We're not just talking, simple depth readings here.
Right.
These technicians are using multi-beam sonar, side-scan sonar, even, believe it or not, underwater robots to create these incredibly detailed 3D maps of the underwater world.
Okay, so I'm picturing something like a cross between like Google Maps and those deep sea documentaries, but instead of streets, we're talking about underwater mountains and canyons.
Absolutely. A hydrographic surveying technician
Yeah.
is essentially creating those maps, charting the shape, the depth, even the composition of the seabed. But it's not just about satisfying our curiosity about what lies beneath.
Right.
These maps are essential for everything from safe navigation to even understanding underwater ecosystems.
So it's not just about avoiding like a Titanic situation, though I imagine accurate nautical charts are definitely at the top of the list.
Absolutely. Imagine a cargo ship arriving at a busy port.
Okay.
Without precise depth readings
Yeah.
and detailed seafloor maps, the risk of running aground, it just skyrockets. And we're not just talking about costly delays. Groundings can damage fragile coral reefs, disrupt marine habitats, and of course lead to potential oil spills with, devastating environmental consequences.
Yeah, that definitely puts the importance of accurate underwater mapping into perspective. And it's fascinating how this profession plays such a crucial role in like both safety and environmental protection. But let's maybe dive a little deeper into the day-to-day realities of a hydrographic surveying technician. So what does their typical workday look like?
Well, while their work is deeply connected to the ocean, you might be surprised to learn that being a scuba diving, a pro, isn't actually a core requirement.
Wait, really? I have to admit, I had this image of a hydrographic surveying technician as part Jacques Cousteau, part tech whiz, constantly diving to uncover hidden wonders.
It's definitely a field that attracts people with a passion for the underwater world, but the focus is really on high-tech tools and meticulous data analysis.
Yeah.
A typical day might involve calibrating sonar equipment on a research vessel, deploying remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, to scan the seabed, or even spending hours in a lab processing the data collected.
So it's less about freediving adventures and more about mastering complex sonar technologies and like data analysis software.
Precisely. Think of them as like the cartographers of the deep using sound waves to, in a way, see what we can't with our eyes. And just like a cartographer needs to understand topography, a hydrographic surveying technician needs a strong foundation in math and science to really make sense of the data they collect.
So those trigonometry classes I struggled through in high school might actually come in handy after all.
Absolutely. And depending on the project, they might be using multi-beam sonar to create these expansive 3D maps of the seafloor, or even side-scan sonar to search for like shipwrecks or even submerged archaeological sites.
Wow.
Each type of sonar has its strengths, and knowing how and when to use them is, crucial.
It sounds like a career that blends cutting-edge technology with a deep understanding of the marine environment. And while it's clear that accuracy is paramount, I imagine there's also an element of adventure to the job, right?
Absolutely. Every time a hydrographic surveying technician launches a sonar system or deploys an ROV, there's this sense of anticipation,
Yeah.
right, of uncovering something new and unknown. They might be mapping a previously uncharted section of the ocean floor, discovering a new species of coral, or even, who knows, locating a long-lost shipwreck.
It does sound like there's never a dull moment in this line of work.
Definitely not.
But with all this talk of, advanced technology and underwater exploration, I'm kind of curious about the people behind the sonar screens.
Yeah.
What are some of the qualities that, make someone truly thrive as a hydrographic surveying and technician?
Well, I think it takes a unique blend of technical expertise
Mm-hmm.
and, personal resilience.
Okay.
You need someone with a meticulous eye for detail,
Right.
who's comfortable working with complex data sets and can spot inconsistencies that others might miss.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it also takes someone who's adaptable and resourceful, able to think on their feet when faced with, unexpected challenges in the field.
Because I imagine things don't always go exactly according to plan when you're battling the elements out on the open ocean, right?
Exactly. You might be facing rough seas, equipment malfunctions, or even, the occasional curious marine creature interfering with your sonar
Oh,
readings.
wow.
So a good sense of humor and the ability to stay calm under pressure are definitely valuable assets in this field.
It sounds like you need the technical skills of a computer engineer, the problem-solving abilities of a detective, and the composure of a seasoned sailor, like all rolled into one.
You're not far off.
Wow.
And I'd add that strong communication and teamwork skills are also really essential.
Okay.
Hydrographic surveying is often a collaborative effort, with technicians working closely alongside surveyors, engineers, and even archaeologists, depending on the project.
So it's not a career for someone who prefers to be a lone wolf working in isolation?
Not really. While there are certainly moments where you might be, deeply engrossed in data analysis or troubleshooting technical issues, the ability to effectively communicate findings, collaborate with others, and contribute to a team environment is, paramount.
Yeah, it makes sense that a career that often involves being out on a boat, working together towards a common goal, that would require strong interpersonal skills.
Absolutely.
Now, for those, intrigued by the prospect of charting underwater landscapes, what does the path to becoming a hydrographic surveying technician look like? I'm guessing a love for the ocean is a good starting point,
Sure.
but what about formal education?
A passion for the marine environment definitely helps. But you're right, formal education is key.
Okay.
A strong foundation in math and science is essential.
Yeah.
And a degree in a relevant field like oceanography, marine science, or geomatics engineering can open doors to really exciting opportunities.
So we're talking about those college calculus and physics classes I kept telling myself I'd never use in real life.
Precisely. Those foundational courses provide the tools you'll need to understand complex sonar technology, analyze data, and make informed decisions in the field.
Okay.
And while a bachelor's degree is often the standard,
Right.
there are also specialized training programs and certifications available for those looking to, further enhance their skills and knowledge.
Sure. Speaking of enhancing skills, I noticed that one of the resources you shared mentioned AI being used to help people prepare for job interviews in this field.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That, piqued my interest. Can you tell us more about how that works?
Yeah, it's a great example of how technology is transforming not just the work itself,
Right.
but also the career development process.
Yeah.
These AI-powered platforms analyze job descriptions,
Okay.
identify key skills and experience sought by employers,
Hmm.
and then generate, personalized practice interview questions.
Yeah.
It's like having a virtual career coach helping you put your best foot forward.
So instead of awkwardly practicing your answers in front of a mirror, you can get tailored feedback from an AI to help you refine your responses and boost your confidence.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
Some platforms even analyze your delivery,
Wow.
offering insights on your pacing, tone, and even, believe it or not, body language during a mock interview. It's about leveraging technology to help candidates present themselves in the best possible light and, increase their chances of landing their dream job.
It sounds like a valuable tool, especially for anyone feeling intimidated by the interview process.
Absolutely.
But let's not forget about the real world experience. I imagine hands-on training is, crucial in a field as technical and demanding as hydrographic surveying.
Absolutely. While academic qualifications are important,
Yeah.
practical experience is invaluable. Internships, volunteering opportunities, and even joining student organizations related to marine science can provide, a taste of what it's really like to work in this field.
Yeah, it's like the old saying, experience is the best teacher, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, it's about combining theoretical knowledge with practical skills to navigate the challenges of underwater exploration.
Precisely. And those challenges often come with some pretty unique rewards. While we've talked about the technical aspects of the job, I'm curious, what do you think drives someone to pursue a career in hydrographic surveying? What kind of person, thrives in this field?
Well, based on what we've explored so far, it seems like it takes a special blend of curiosity, technical prowess, and a love for the unknown. I imagine it's got to be deeply satisfying to to contribute to our understanding of the ocean, to create maps that will be used by everyone from ship captains to marine biologists.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's a career path for those who aren't content with simply, skimming the surface. They want to delve deeper, uncover hidden wonders, and contribute to a field that's both scientifically and economically vital.
And let's be honest, there's a certain allure to working on the open ocean with like the salt spray in your face and the constant hum of the sonar equipment as your soundtrack. But it's not all, adventure and romantic sunsets, right?
Yeah.
What about the career progression opportunities in this field?
You're right. It's not always like glamorous, but the career paths they're as varied as the ocean floor itself. You might start as a junior technician, assisting with data collection and processing. As you gain experience, you can move into roles with more responsibility, like leading survey teams, managing projects, or even specializing in a specific type of sonar technology.
So, from charting unknown waters to charting your career course, there's a plenty of room for growth and specialization in this field. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the high-tech tools of the trade to the personal qualities needed to thrive as a hydrographic surveying technician. But before we surface, I always like to leave our listeners with, something to ponder.
I'm all ears.
We've talked about the how of, entering this field and the what of the work itself, but as you continue exploring your own career path, I encourage you to consider the why. What are the driving forces behind your own, professional aspirations? What hidden depths are you eager to explore? And what kind of legacy do you hope to leave on the world? Perhaps just like the meticulous work of a hydrographic surveying technician, it's about leaving things a little clearer, a little brighter, and a little more, understood than you found them.